A billion-dollar car company is about to face the biggest ban in the automotive world, and they have nobody to blame but themselves. Bugatti is about to learn that no brand is too big to be used to set an example, and the new right to repair law is about to hit them so hard. Tap that like button, share, and subscribe to this channel, because what is coming for Bugatti is going to be very massive, and trust me, you would love to be here when that happens. Before we continue, here's all you need to know. Matt Armstrong got his hands on a wrecked Bugatti Chiron Sport, a car that the insurance company had already buried and written off. He started the rebuild, and when he needed parts to finish the job, he called Bugatti. They refused to sell him a single part. They didn't stop there. Their CEO made a video and told the world that the Chiron should only be rebuilt by them.
Do that in a garage. There's just a few places in the world with the right equipment and only a few people in the world with the right training to be able to do that.
And that is exactly where the story takes a U-turn. This part is no longer about YouTube rebuilds. This has been a lifelong battle between car manufacturers and independent mechanics. Matt's story was just the most visible version of it. Thousands of mechanics across Europe have felt the same wall. They just didn't have a camera rolling when it happened. Picture this. You buy a Bugatti, but only the manufacturer decides who gets to fix it. Once you step outside their approved network, your warranty becomes dead. Every supercar brand has been running this same play. Bugatti, Ferrari, Lamborghini, Porsche. For decades, nobody could do anything about it. But that is about to change soon. The EU has been building a case against this system for years. Collecting evidence, hearing from mechanics, listening to car owners, watching stories like Matt's own play out in public. The new EU right to repair law is coming. Bugatti is running out of time. When that law finally lands, everything changes for good. They can no longer block independent repairs. They can no longer refuse to sell spare parts. They can no longer use software to shut a car down after an independent fix. They can no longer strip someone's warranty for choosing their own mechanic. They can no longer turn away a car because someone else worked on it first. They can no longer lock out independent mechanics from the tools and data needed to do their job. They can no longer hide parts behind a dealer network designed to keep everyone else out. They can no longer charge a car owner more for a repair simply because they went outside the approved network. They can no longer decide who is qualified enough to touch a car that someone else owns. They can no longer make it impossible for a small garage to compete with a dealership. Every independent mechanic in Europe gets full access to repair. Every car owner gets the freedom to choose who touches their vehicle. Every builder like Matt gets the parts they were always owed. A mechanic in a small town with 20 years of experience gets the same access as a Bugatti dealership in Paris. The playing field that manufacturers tilted in their favor for decades has just been leveled. The EU is telling Bugatti to comply before July, or lose access to the continent that built them. The EU knows that Europe isn't just a market for Bugatti, it is everything. The brand was born there, the identity was forged there. The soul of Bugatti lives in Molsheim, France, a small town that produced some of the most extraordinary machines ever built. They don't care about the quad-turbo W16. They don't care about the top speed record. They care about one thing, and that is the right to fix what you bought with your money. Here is where everything lands. The system Bugatti spent decades building to keep people like Matt out is almost finished. Independent mechanics across Europe can now demand access to the parts and tools they need. Builders like Matt can now demand what they're owed. Car owners can take their vehicle to whoever they trust without surrendering a single right. The era of selling a car and then using it as leverage over the person who bought it? That chapter is closed for good. Matt knocked on the door. Bugatti didn't answer. The EU didn't knock, they walked straight in. But before you go, understand what is truly at stake for Bugatti. Non-compliance isn't just a fine, it could get them a ban. A full block from the largest luxury car market on the planet. No sales, no dealerships, no presence. Everything they built their name on is gone. And it doesn't stop there. Every owner who was ever denied an independent repair now has grounds to challenge Bugatti directly in court. Every mechanic who was locked out of a job they were qualified to do has a legal case. Every software lock Bugatti ever used becomes evidence in a courtroom. Every part they refuse to sell becomes a data point in a lawsuit. Every warranty they voided without justification becomes a liability they can no longer escape. The paper trail Bugatti left behind while building their monopoly is now the very thing that could bury them. And the damage wouldn't stop at lawyers and courtrooms either. Bugatti's entire brand is built on desire. The idea is that owning one of their cars puts you in a world very few people ever enter. But the moment Europe closes its doors to them, the waiting list dries up. The collectors who paid $2 million for a car start questioning everything. Reputation is the only currency Bugatti truly trades in, and the EU is about to devalue it. And Bugatti's competitors are watching every single move. Lamborghini, Ferrari, Koenigsegg. Every ultra-luxury brand with the same closed-door policies is now looking over their shoulder. Because if the EU makes an example of Bugatti, no one knows who is next in line. This isn't a Bugatti problem anymore. This is an industry reckoning. For decades, these manufacturers sold you a car and kept the keys to the car inside the car. Software you couldn't touch, diagnostics you couldn't run, parts that only existed inside their own ecosystem. They called it quality control. The EU calls it market abuse. And the owners, people who spent $2 million on a Chiron, a Veyron, a Devo, they were never really customers. They were hostages with a beautiful view. Every service interval, every warning light, every cracked component, it all led back to one place: Molsheim. On Bugatti's terms, at Bugatti's price, on Bugatti's timeline. That's not ownership. That's a subscription you never agreed to sign. Now those same owners have something they've never had before: legal standing, the right to demand records, the right to ask why their warranty was voided, the right to walk into any courtroom in Europe and make Bugatti answer for it. Some of them will. Bugatti built an empire on exclusivity. But the law just opened the gates. And once those gates open, they don't close again. Bugatti has one choice left: change their ways before July, or lose Europe forever. Subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on notifications, because we are going to be right here covering every single moment of what comes next. See you in the next one.